Any disruption in our ability to supply Ukraine clearly strengthens Putin's position. Extreme Republicans are playing chicken with our national security, holding Ukraine's funding hostage to their extreme partisan border policies. I am willing to make significant compromises on the border. We need to fix the broken border system. It is broken. And thus far, I've gotten no response.
Well, quite the admission there from President Biden yesterday, blasting Republicans for holding up Ukraine aid over extreme partisan border policies. After Biden's plea for more Ukraine money, Senate Republicans blocked the procedural vote to advance that $111 billion national security funding request, which would provide millions for Ukraine and Israel. All 49 Republicans voted against the bill, with 2 Democrats joining with them. Prior to the vote, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer suggested that Republicans don't really care about border security, but are using the issue to prevent Ukraine from getting aid. Watch this.
We are asking ourselves this question. Has border been nothing more than an excuse for the hard right to kill funding for Ukraine, and too many other Republican senators who are not part of the hard right are going along? I hope that's not true.
Joining me right now is North Dakota Congressman at Large Kelly Armstrong, a member of the House Judiciary Committee. Congressman, thanks very much for being here. What's your reaction to what you heard?
12,000 encounters on Tuesday, the highest day on record. 220,000 encounters in September, the highest month on record, and 2023 has been the highest year on record. The House Republicans passed H.R. 2 to the Senate at the beginning of this Congress, and instead of working with us for legitimate border security, they have just punted, and now we're up against a deadline that is important to Senate Democrats. That is not Republicans' fault.
Does it sound like Biden is pivoting here by saying it's a broken border system, admitting that at least? I mean, I know he claims the border closed, despite the numbers that you have just laid out.
Yeah, I mean, I think they recognize, first of all, the American people are with us. I mean, not only is the H.R. 2 good policy, it's good politics. We'd actually be giving the White House a win going into an election season if they just get to the table and pass H.R. 2. But it's that important to our national security. It's important to every community across the country who has a fentanyl overdose. This isn't a political talking point. This is serious. There's a reason it was the first major bill we passed when we took over the majority. And now we're at the end of the year and they're acting like that this is a surprise.
So where does this go from here? You and your colleagues were able to stop a procedural vote, but where does this go now? And what about the money to Israel?
Well, again, we passed a bill over, we passed funding to Israel from the House over to the Senate, and instead of passing their own bill or telling us what the difference is they don't like and sending it to conference the way a normal functioning government should work, Majority Leader Schumer goes to the floor and throws temper tantrums. We have bills that the Senate can act on, and if they act on them, we'll go to conference and get it done.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, maybe it's partly the Democrats do not like the investigations into President Biden. House Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan and House Oversight Chairman James Comer sending a letter to Hunter Biden's attorney, now threatening to hold Hunter in contempt of Congress if he does not appear for testimony next Wednesday, December 13th. The president's brother, James Biden, ducked a GOP subpoena, saying that he needed to testify before the Oversight Committee yesterday, but he didn't show up. Here's President Biden once again claiming that he never spoke to any of Hunter Business's partners. Watch.
Can you explain to the Americans amid this impeachment inquiry why you interacted with so many of your son and brother's foreign business associates?
I'm not going to comment on that. I did not, and it's just a bunch of lies.
You didn't interact with many of their business associates?
I did not. There's lies.
Bunch of lies is what he says, Congressman. Your reaction?
$200,000 from James Biden to Joe Biden, $40,000 from James Biden to Joe Biden on transactions that were so suspicious that banks ordered SARS. Hunter Biden LLC paying Joe Biden $1,380 a month. The president can go on TV and say he's asked a serious question with serious allegations to back it up. He can scream, "Get off my lawn," all day long, but he has to answer these questions. Hunter Biden has to answer these questions. James Biden has to answer these questions. There's $24 million that has been paid to the Biden family over 5 years. Nobody has ever told us for what legitimate purpose. So if $1 of that goes into then vice president's account, it's worthy of an investigation.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about that email from a money laundering expert at one bank who has an email to colleagues saying Hunter Biden is a high risk because of all of this erratic and unusual money. moving within all of these accounts, and yet there too, you don't see it resonating. You don't have a response about it from Joe Biden. How do you have any conviction that they're actually going to come in and testify under oath? I mean, you know,
Well,
his brother already blew it off.
Yeah, we're going to continue to push forward, and if they don't, I think one of the most one of the things I'm most proud of Chairman Comer and Chairman Jordan is we haven't got bogged down in a court fight yet. They've uncovered all of this with an administration that refuses to cooperate, but I think eventually we're going to end up in court, and that's why we need to get an impeachment inquiry resolution passed on the floor of the House.